Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So for this slide, I will be presenting about the strength in the SWOT analysis. So this slide highlights one of the key strengths in addressing the issue of the lack of talent in sports in Malaysia, which is the presence of a strong government institutional framework. Malaysia has an established sports governance ecosystem led by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, or better known as KBS. The ministry plays a central role in formulating national sports policies, setting strategic direction, and coordinating talent development efforts nationwide. KBS is supported by specialized agencies such as the National Sports Council (MSN), which focus on athlete development and high performance programs, and the National Sports Institute (ISN), which provides sports science, sports medicine, and performance sport. In addition, state sports councils help implement these policies at the grassroots and regional levels. Together, this structured and multi-level institutional setup provides a strong administrative and policy foundation. It enables better coordination, efficient resource allocation, and systematic planning, all of which are essential in identifying, nurturing, and sustaining talent. So for the second strength, it lies in Malaysia's experience in elite sports development. Over the years, Malaysia has successfully produced world-class athletes in several sports, particularly in badminton, squash, diving, and track cycling. These achievements demonstrate that the country already possesses the technical knowledge, coaching expertise, and support systems required to develop athletes at the highest level. The success of these sports indicate that effective talent development is achievable when the systems are well structured and consistently implemented. It shows that the issue is not a lack of potential, but rather uneven application of successful development models across different sports. Therefore, these elite sports serve as reference models that can be studied, adapted, and replicated in other sporting disciplines. The third strength is that Malaysia already has a national level talent programs in place. Programs such as the National Talent Identification Program, or NTID, this podium program, and the sports school system already shows that mechanisms for identifying and developing sporting talent already exist at the national level. These programs cover different stages of the athlete pathway, from early talent detection to elite performance preparation. The existence of these initiatives indicates that Malaysia does not need to build a talent system from scratch. Already, there is a foundational structure that can be strengthened, expanded, and better coordinated. Although these programs may require improvement in terms of coverage, consistency, and long-term monitoring, they provide a strong starting point. With better integration and enhancement, these national levels programs can play a crucial role in addressing the issue of talent shortages in Malaysian sports.
Weakness. The first weakness is weak grassroots issues and early talent identification. Talent identification at the primary and lower secondary school levels is solely dependent on teachers and not through nationally accredited assessment officers, resulting in many talented students never being identified or channeled into appropriate development pathways. The second weakness is lack of parental awareness of career paths in sports. Parents often place a heavy emphasis on academic success and often prevent their children from participating in sports at a professional level and just as a hobby because they are worried that if their children pay too much attention on sports, it will affect their academic success. And the third weakness is inadequate data and monitoring systems. Malaysia does not have a national athlete database to track talent development, performance metrics, injuries and dropout rates, which makes long-term planning less effective.
So, for the opportunity, government support and sport policies. It means national initiative and Funding from government bodies provide opportunities to enhance sport infrastructure, coaching, education, and athlete support system, contributing to sustainable elite performance. Government support and sport policy very important to make a sport talent in Malaysia growing more better. So for the number two, experience in elite sport development. Malaysia has produced world-class athletes in sports such as badminton, squash, diving, and track cycling. This indicates that talent development is possible when systems function effectively, providing a reference model for improvement. So, number three, investment in sport science and technology. The increasing availability of sport science, data analytics, and performance technology present opportunities to improve training efficiency, injury prevention, and athlete monitoring.
Next, we move to threats. First, global and regional competition. Global and regional competition has become a real challenge for Malaysia, as neighboring countries such as Japan, China, South Korea, and Thailand continue to invest heavily in developing sports talent. With more structured system and consistent support, these countries are moving ahead, making it harder for Malaysia to keep pace and remain competitive on the international stage. Second threat is inconsistent policy implementation. When the leadership, priorities, or funding change too often, long term sports development plans are easily disrupted, leaving athletes uncertain about their future and weakening the continuity of development programs. This inconsistency can reduce trust in the system and make it difficult for coaches and athletes to commit fully to long-term training and performance goals.
We move to suggestion and recommendation. First, suggestion solution for weak grassroots issues and early talent identification. Among the proposed solution to the problem is to establish a group of certified professional talent assessor at the national level who are fully responsible for the process of assessing students' potential, and the teacher's function is an observer to identify students who are active, talented, interested, and disciplined to be handed over the professional assessor. Second, suggestion solution for lack of parental awareness of career path in sports. Government have to hold a mandatory workshop for parents to explaining the sport career path, including the role of sports school, academies, association, and government agencies in developing athletes' sports careers. In addition, in this workshop, government can add explaining about the basic of athlete financial management, such as saving, insurance, and post-retirement planning. Third, suggesting solution for inadequate data and monitoring system. The government have to developing a national integrated athlete database with a single athlete ID that integrates data between the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Youth and Sports, National Sports Council, and National Sports Institute, which is used in school. This system records and tracks athletes' information, including performance, physical tests, injuries, and program participation, even if student move school, states, or sports.